Hey, I'm Grimes, and I'm going to break down
Monomaniacs! Monomaniacs!
Grimes.
Welcome to the Grimes podcast, where we talk about Grimes.
Welcome to the Grimes podcast, where we talk about nothing but famed singer-songwriter,
Grimes.
goth inspiration, and person who is formerly married to Elon Musk. Grimes. One kid in wedlock. One kid out of wedlock. Grimes. I think actually, because I was reading an article, it was an interview with Grimes. I think it was in the New Yorker, where she revealed that she was pregnant in the interview.
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
Yeah, I did. And then everyone like freaked out. It's like, oh, you're not with Elon. Who's the dad? He's like, oh, it's Elon Musk.
It's Elon Musk.
Classic Grimes.
He's determined. He won't let the marital bond prevent him from repopulating the earth.
No.
I have very little respect for the man now for various reasons, but
His hairstyle? Is that the booky ass, like shaved sides thing he's got going on?
Yeah, he's like a character in a young adult fiction novel or something.
Yeah,
Everybody's got shaved sides now and everything. It's like the Miles Morales haircut.
Yeah.
What is it with like
low taper fade, man?
Yeah, the low taper fade on every black character, like in everything now.
I don't know.
It's not even that popular, right?
No,
Among actual living people.
No, not at all. I think it's
Yeah.
just producers be like, this is what they wear.
Yeah, they're like, what if Ninja had a low
taper fade? Exactly.
Yeah.
So then he got a low taper fade.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Wait, Ninja actually got a low taper
Yeah,
fade?
he got a low taper fade like 2 days after they made that song, which is amazing. I think it's a good bit. I think he should have.
Wait, what song? Was it actually?
You don't know about this?
It wasn't an actual song. I just heard.
No, so
I got
basically
hit by the
there's
meme.
There's this dude that like live streams on, I think, TikTok and Instagram and all the things, and he does this thing where he makes like super emotional music, but he just says random stuff the entire time.
Yeah.
So then one of his lines is just, what if Ninja got a low taper fade? And he just like said it like 8 times, and then people like absolutely flipped out about it. And then it got back to Ninja, and he got a low taper fade.
What if? And now we live in a post low taper fade ninja world. So I know that we may have just alienated right now, just in the very beginning of this.
Oh yeah,
the new primary demographic for Monomaniacs.
Mhm.
I have it on good reporting that our show has been shared by an avid listener, who I thank very greatly for doing this, to a local moms group for Hillsdale County moms. We are Hillsdale's own Monomaniacs.
Yeah.
Now, if you're here for the first time, this is not a normal setup. Silas here is my brother, but not the
Yes,
brother who's
not the
usually
normal
on this
one.
show. This is my younger brother, Silas. I'm Shadrach. In case you haven't met me, usually there's this guy named Dylan. We got Josh over there in the production suite, and we decided we're going to kind of change up the content a little bit to be a little bit more
premier mom podcast,
to be mom focused, talking about mom issues
in the greater South Central Michigan area.
And I don't think it's South Central. I think we're pretty distinctly south.
South, like
We're
east west,
center. Oh, okay,
central.
yeah, we're
south.
center of Michigan and south.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I would say we're probably a little further east than that.
All right,
but this is the sort of thing that moms would know that Silas doesn't. You know,
exactly.
he needs to access the mom experience.
I need.
You need to be a mom?
No, I need more mom in my life. Is what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I don't want to offend my mother. This is.
This is tough, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You know. Well, so the thing, this is not a normal demographic for us. We're trying to do our best,
Yeah.
right? And so,
how many moms know about Grimes?
Josh?
That's the question.
Josh, I need you to start looking up mom topics of conversation, things that moms are talking about.
Mhm.
My wife, who is a mother, and by extension, I am a father. So, though I do not access the mother experience, I do have a child, which I have that in common with all moms, I
There you
suppose. I get some info. It sounds like a lot of people are struggling with basic stuff like figuring out how to balance your time, still have time for your spouse / I guess baby daddy, I suppose, because this is all
Yes.
moms. All moms are
All
allowed
moms.
in this
Yeah.
situation. We're not gonna,
I think I could make myself an expert on all things mom because of my winter break experience.
Oh, really?
Honestly, so
Oh, yes. I forgot you.
Yeah.
You played mom
I
for
played
an
mom
entire
for
winter
an
break.
entire winter break. I went back home,
Yeah.
and my mom, unbeknownst to me, and me getting back and wanting to hang out with my mom and have a good time with my mom, got a job.
Got a real job.
So then I'd wake up every morning and no one would be there
Mhm.
until 6 o'clock. So you know what I would do? Every single dish, I would dust every single corner of the house.
Every single dish you would, Josh.
Dust. No. I would wash every dish. I would clean every counter. I would dust everything.
Yeah.
I got to the point where there was so much that I already had done, and it would be like 9 o'clock. That'd be like, I need to do something else. So that I like all the spice cabinets completely done. All the just cabinets completely organized. The fridge organized. The towel stinking cabinet
Yeah.
completely organized. And then
And then
6
what? It was
o'clock-
like what? I don't know. 10 a.m. at that point.
It's about like 11.
Okay. Yeah.
I would go grocery shopping. I'd do all this stuff.
Yeah.
And by 6 o'clock,
Have a hot meal on the
there
table.
would be a hot meal on the table every
Gosh.
single day of the week for my parents. Or they'd
So
be
here's the
like,
thing.
we don't want your really bad cooking. Go buy
Yeah.
go buy us some like teriyaki or something.
Did that actually happen?
No, they didn't say really bad cooking, but they made me get not ramen, pho a couple times. Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing, Silas. I realize as as not a father,
Yeah.
it might be easy for you to say that is the mom experience. What you're describing is the wife experience.
Okay.
A very specific type of wife. I think things change a little bit when children are involved.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
And I was gonna preface my
I want you to
statement by
dig this.
being
I want
like,
you to dig this
no,
further a little bit.
No, I was gonna say
So what are
I
moms
don't
for? Moms
mean
are there
be-
to cook.
I
They're there to
don't mean
clean.
be
right?
I was supposed to put a caveat at the beginning of that
Yeah.
whole rant. Damn.
Now we're just going to clip that out of context. We're going to send that to the same mom group and say, I don't know if you should be listening to Monomaniacs.
This is what they
This
think
is
all
sort of
moms
thing-
are like.
This is what they think all moms are like.
Exactly.
And when
Damn.
Dylan's not here, you're speaking in the
Actually,
voice
this
of
is Dylan.
Monomaniacs.
This is Dylan speaking.
Oh, this is
That's
Dylan
what it
speaking.
is.
All right.
The ghost of Dylan took over, and he's being like, "Man, all moms do is
all,
eat
all
hot
girls,
chip."
all moms born after 2000. Telling us lie, be bisexual, eat hot chip.
chip.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
So was there any like portion of the day that you set aside for like eating bonbons?
watching soap operas?
Yeah, perhaps drinking pink rabbits.
I mean, that would happen after the people would get home.
Okay.
I would pour a glass of wine for everybody.
Oh, including
And-
yourself?
yes,
you put
including
a
myself.
glass of wine in a mason jar.
Yeah, and I was
and
like,
have some popcorn.
I worked hard today.
I think the most mom has ever been offended was when she was like at our house and we had a whole long day,
Mhm.
and I went and I made a little mason jar
Of
of
wine,
wine and
then
some popcorn. And she was like, "Ooh, this is exactly what I wanted." It's like, "Yeah, it was."
I
And she was
know.
like, I don't know what you're talking about.
like every single night from my junior to senior year of high school, I just knew the drill. It's like before you go to bed, Silas, you're grabbing a mason jar, you're filling it half full of
Okay,
wine.
it wasn't a real full 25-ounce mason jar. It was one of those tiny ones that like
Itty bitty.
jam would be
And
in.
it wasn't every night.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Mm.
And then popcorn. And she'd sit there and she would scroll Instagram reels and
Yeah.
sip on her wine and eat popcorn. It
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah.
It's a good way to decompress.
Mom-omaniacs. All right, Mom-omaniacs. Josh, has there anything been turned up? What are the moms talking about right now that we can maybe speak into? Now, we're not
Yeah,
trying to say
absolutely.
that we're the authority on any
No,
of these issues.
Of course not.
I just wish to add some perspective from an outsider to, because I know this is what you guys are thinking about right
Yep.
now.
Okay, so I have here from everydaythrifty.com
Okay.
some engaging mom group conversation
Sounds
starters.
so insensitive.
Okay, mom group conversation starters. So
Yes.
if you have social anxiety and you're going to a mom group,
Okay.
right? A mom group, I don't know what they're up to. Maybe it's a book club. Maybe you're knitting. I don't know.
Maybe
but you
it's
go
just
to,
a club about being a mom.
maybe you just go and you talk about your children, perhaps.
Mhm.
Watching
Which is-
them
once you
play on
have-
the playground, maybe.
Once you
Yes.
have kids, trust me, is 95% of what you talk about with people who also have kids.
Yes.
But okay, hit us. What do we got?
Okay. What was the highlight of your week?
Highlight of your
Ooh.
week. What was the highlight of your week? Was it Taylor Swift
I thought-
winning album of
I
the
thought
year?
we were talking to the moms.
No, I'm just
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying
Oh, so we
we're-
can be
we're-
more engaging.
we can
with
be
the moms.
with
Okay,
the
I
moms.
get it.
So
I
imagine
get
that
it.
we're at
Yeah.
mom group right now and you got asked what is the highlight of your week?
It's Tuesday.
This doesn't come out until Thursday.
Okay.
Now we
Broke the
record these in
fourth wall.
advance. We record these in advance.
Yeah, this isn't live.
Let's see. I don't know. Nothing happened yesterday, so What
Sunday counts.
Sunday counts? Okay,
So the
we'll
Grammys
do,
count.
Yeah, we'll do the Grammys.
Yeah.
An artist I really like, Killer Mike, won 3 Grammys, and he was not supposed to win any Grammys, and it was a big upset. And then he promptly got arrested and cuffed and escorted out of the Grammys a mere minutes after winning.
See, at least he
3
had the
Grammys.
decency to get like arrested or commit a violent act, because I'm pretty sure he got into a fist fight.
No, he shoved a security guard over because he didn't know which door to go in or out of after accepting his awards. And they're like, you can't go in this one. He's like, get out of my way. I'm getting my award. He shoved a security guard over. Kind of cool.
Kind of cool. But what I'm saying is, so that was him going up to get his reward, or was it on
Or
the way
coming
down?
back.
It was okay. Him
was-
going back.
I think I
Because in
saw
my
one
mind,
place.
it's like that, Will Smith beating the crap, slapping, and then getting an Oscar. I know,
Yeah.
very similar.
I think what actually happened was he did it. I saw one place. I don't know if this is true, but he did it, and then they told him, they're like,
Was it like
you
World
will
Star?
be maybe TMZ.
Dude, black news websites are awesome.
World Star.
Yeah.
No, they said they allowed him to stay, and they're like, you can go through the ceremony, and then we're gonna escort you out, so that if you win, which he was not supposed to, and he did, he won all of the things.
So the whole time he had it hanging over him that
Yeah,
afterwards he was going to get arrested.
Yeah.
Apparently he was very upset about it. He was overheard
He was very-
saying, "Are you serious?" I guess they were.
yes,
They were serious.
They were very serious.
I wonder if they booked him or they just processed him. It'd be funny if you had to spend the night.
No, I think he left that night.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
he went to the basement of
the
climate
venue?
climate
Pledge.
arena.
Yeah. That's the one in Seattle.
Oh, what's
Yeah.
it? Oh, crypto. It was at crypto. I think.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
crypto arena.
Crypto Arena from crypto.com. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the first thing.
Yeah, did you have any crazy pregnancy cravings?
I can't say I did.
What's the most crazy craving you've had recently?
Ooh,
My wife did not ever enter the disgusting phase. There was a lot of stuff she refused to eat. I was never asked to make something gross, like putting peanut butter on pickles or whatever, what some people are into, which is fine. I'm not trying to diminish that by saying gross. I didn't mean that you're gross for desiring.
I've
them.
already dug myself a hole. You're chilling.
Yeah,
buddy.
yeah. But no, my wife did not seem to have any sort of insane. My wife has always had this thing where she gets these insane cravings, period, where she'll say, Shad, I can't stop thinking about like this one dumpling I had one time.
Okay.
And then like, is there any way that you could do something that would allow me to acquire that one
A
dumpling? And I'd be like,
no.
Becca, no, I can't do that for you. And then, of course, what invariably happens is we go to a Chinese restaurant in Ann Arbor or whatever to acquire said dumpling, and
It's not
it's not the
dumpling.
it's not the dumpling.
Yep.
It's not what she wanted. Although
It's
the
like
other
an
day,
old boy, dude. Have you ever
yeah,
seen
it's like an old boy
when he goes to
when he goes and
Not
does
that
the
part,
thing
not
that happens
part.
in Old Boy.
Not that part. Have you seen Old Boy?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, where he goes to every single restaurant and eats the same dumpling that he got fed for 15 years to find the man. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think I often crave good fish being in Michigan, but we've talked about
Yes.
this before and
Yes.
how bad the fish is here and yada yada yada, and
Yeah.
how I'm a stuck-up, pretentious guy from Washington and on the coast.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool to pivot to a more degenerate place.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't alienate Mom-omaniacs, dude.
Moms are cool.
We're having
Moms
Mom-omania
are
right
cool.
now.
Moms are
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
This is fine. I'm a 21-year-old frat boy.
yeah.
What is the most not odd craving but degenerate mix
Of alcohol
an
and
beverage that you've had?
that I have had?
Yes.
Oh gosh. One time my roommate and I tried a savory shot because we were trying to, because back when I was a liquor columnist,
Mhm.
which caused some issues in my life, but back when I was a liquor columnist, before my gallbladder got sick and I had to stop drinking.
Because you were a liquor columnist.
No, those were totally unrelated things. I really loved being a liquor columnist. It was a great time. I wrote some really great articles, but we decided what we wanted to do was do an entire Thanksgiving meal in shots. So there was some sort of turkey-related shot, a gravy-related shot, a green bean-related shot. But
Gravy shot.
we didn't get any further than sort of like trying the gravy shot out and being like, wow, that wasn't
That
amazing.
tasted
Yeah,
terrible.
Yeah. So
No, I think the most heinous thing is probably there's this thing that happened at one day where somebody wanted a White Russian.
yeah.
And they didn't have either milk or is it vodka?
It's vodka, Kahlua, and half.
Okay, so they didn't have any of that.
Yeah.
And they just
And then
wanted
nutmeg if you want to be silly.
and they wanted like alcohol and milk, basically. So then they
I know this story.
yeah, you know the story. So they got out of their fridge milk of sorts and they grabbed rum and then created the mythical chocolate rilk of chocolate milk
Yeah.
and rum mixed in a cup. And I have to say, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever had.
Well,
it was
it can't be the worst thing you've ever had, but at the same time, like I can imagine the taste perfectly. Because there's certain things I just don't mix with alcohol. So like whenever you say like this and this, I'm like, oh yeah, so it tasted like you put rum in some
chocolate
milk. Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
I mean, even if you shook that, I mean that thing's gonna curdle in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, you gotta
Gotta-
go.
Yeah.
You're on
so
a timer.
you're having the unpleasant sensation of drinking chocolate rilk.
Yeah.
And the unpleasant sensation of chugging dairy,
Yeah.
which never worked out for a single person.
It's a double negative.
Yes.
So
yes.
it's a positive.
Yes.
Hey, man. Simple math.
Simple math.
Okay, Josh, hit us with another.
Yeah. What else are the ladies talking about?
Here's a fun one. What is something you've done that you're pretty sure no one else sitting here has done?
Okay. These are not mom issues. These are just
Okay.
icebreakers.
All right. Well, they are conversation starters.
Yes, that's
I mean,
true.
the pregnancy craving is pretty.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure though what would happen is if something like that was asked, somebody would be like, I've been to Fuji. And I would be like, ooh.
I passed the first stage of leukemia testing and they thought I had leukemia. And then it turns out I can't eat gluten. So my mom cried in a closet for a weekend just to find out I can't have bread. It's like your white blood cell counts are down. We think you have cancer. It's like, nah, man.
Don't eat loaf anymore.
Don't eat any more gluten.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're the only guy I know who's that's happened to.
Yeah. Here's with another, Josh.
Yeah, this is another one.
What is your most frequently used mom phrase?
Oh, I would say probably oops or oops a daisy.
Oops a daisy.
Perhaps. What are some mom phrases like being like, don't you do that? Or like doing that thing where you make the face where you pull your lips back and make the teeth at your kid or
Yeah, I like ironically to my friends when they do something I don't like snapping and saying knock it off to them.
Yeah.
So just knock it off.
Yeah.
You know, and pointing at them.
I tried to snap one time to get my wife's attention.
Oh, she smack you almost?
Oh my god. That was the biggest kibosh of all time. She
I
very
bet.
rarely gets angry. She was just
Yeah.
darts, just like never do that
Automatically.
ever again. I was like, oh. Yes, ma'am. I have not. I have
Yeah.
not done that ever since. We were like dating, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I can imagine myself snapping at my child.
Hey,
Though.
hey,
Hey. I do this thing. I feel like I'm worried because I'm carrying this into my parenting. Where like I act very disapproved towards my friends as a joke.
yeah.
And like him, he doesn't know what's going on, but just to hold him and be like, dude, what have we
What are we doing?
we've talked about this, just like really like, laying it on thick. And I'm
Yeah.
sure one day he's gonna look at me and just lose it. And
Yeah.
have to stop at that point.
I mean, there's a whole balance of like doing it for the bit and then people not realizing you're doing
Yeah.
it for the bit. And you can bring that into comedy where you do it on purpose that they don't know that they're doing it for the bit. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the classic Jimmy Carter killed himself
Yeah.
bit. So like
The classic bit.
I mean, have you
Yeah.
ever talked about that on here?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Where you guys would just randomly look at your phone and be like, oh my goodness, Jimmy Carter killed himself. And it's like, it's a bit, but like people don't realize it's a bit. So
Yeah.
it's just an awkward situation.
Yeah.
So-
Mom-omania.
Mom-omaniacs. Jimmy Carter. Okay,
Yeah.
Josh.
What else do we got, Josh?
Crimes.
What's your Starbucks order?
What's your Starbucks
Ooh.
order?
So,
Man, I
I'm
can't
a
drink.
white girl.
Oh, okay.
Dude, in high school, it was bad.
Well, so
Okay.
here, you can't be that much of a white girl
Oh.
because I fell upon, how like every once in a while you get hit with the water algorithm, quote unquote. This is actually something that moms care about. They're
You've
watching
talked about
freaking
this. I don't know
Instagram
about it.
reels loud as hell next to their husband in bed.
Yep.
Dude. I had to impose, like, very early on in our relationship, I'm like, dude, you got to turn the volume off. I cannot stand this. But I'm sure that there are husbands
Put
who
an
have lost
AirPod
this
in,
battle.
dude.
Yeah, put an AirPod in or something, right? But yeah, no, like people, like women being like, today I made my daily water. And it's like there's 4 flavor packets and like 6 pumps of syrup in it,
Yep.
right? I saw one where like a lady made a water for her son who kept losing water bottles. And I imagine they were Stanley's.
Yeah, which
Stanley's, that's another thing moms care about.
Well, also they have lead in them. Just the
Like
lawsuit
in the
just came out.
lining?
Lawsuit just came out. If they get damaged, quote unquote, they leak lead, which is absurd.
No wonder the moms have been acting up lately.
Yeah, man.
This is the fall of Rome.
Yeah. So lead in the Stanleys. Get rid of your Stanley.
Oh, no.
Also, you have lead
White women are
poisoning.
losing it.
Yeah, they are. Every single time that I see like 8 people in my class with a Stanley, I'm like, man, they don't know.
Yeah.
Should I be the one to tell them, or am I just being a dick? I don't
think,
know.
I think they do know, and they don't care.
care.
Yeah, I wonder how
I
you,
told Ruth, and she was like, ah.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
whatever.
But it's
But
lead.
how do they
It
damage
keeps it cold
them,
for
though?
3 days.
How do you damage it though?
dropping it? I don't know.
I
I don't know
imagine-
what.
I imagine you have
severity.
to scrape the
I don't know
inside
what
somehow.
severity.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
So
making
I'm saying,
water.
Well, I'm saying like when it comes to like that sort of thing. But have you seen this sort of stuff that the ladies get up to when it comes to frappuccinos?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I don't wish to be derogatory in any respect towards the fairer sex, even though saying the fairer sex is slightly derogatory.
Yep.
But I feel like every once in a while on my Facebook I'll get this post where it'll be like how to order the Barbie Frappuccino. And then it'll be a woman holding it and it's a venti. It's like the size of a toddler.
Yeah.
Just with the I don't know. I don't know how to say it. It's the fattest sausage fingers you've ever seen. Hold on to this thing. And it's like, you know, ask for like this kind of Frappuccino with like 6 pumps of passion fruit. You can do a floater on it, ask for extra cream, all this stuff. And you're like, dude,
Yeah.
that's like 2,500 calories, right? If
Yeah.
you know, maybe.
I mean, the thing that I would say about that, right, is
Yeah.
it's like I think I can still be like I am a white girl because in high school I used to get pink drinks every single time I went to Starbucks, and
Yeah.
it not be like, oh, you're not a white girl. Real white girls are getting the Barbie drink for 8,000 calories. It's like, nah. The only reason you saw that online is because so many people knew that it was so asinine
Yeah.
that this thing is happening that it
Yeah.
actually got likes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so high school I'd get pink drinks all the time.
Passion fruit tea, it's delicious.
And that no, do you know what pink drink is?
No.
Is that crazy thing that's like a literal? It's a drink that is pink
Yeah.
and it like has dehydrated strawberries in it.
Okay,
and
okay.
like I don't even know what it's made of. I'm gonna be honest with you. It tastes amazing. And then I used to get refreshers, like these lemonade
yeah.
refreshers. Pretty good. Now I'm a
Panera lemonade for or against?
yeah. I think just be built like that.
Yeah, no, I had Panera lemonade. It rocked.
It's
All
amazing.
right,
I haven't
it's
had
great.
it. I
Yeah.
kind of want to.
Just don't overdo it, man. It's like the Four Loko thing. You ruined it for all of us.
It's like, come on, just take the 8,000.
Oh, you could probably make a Four
milligrams.
Loko by putting booze
Oh
in
my goodness.
Panera lemonade. Has somebody thought of that?
I look it up.
Yeah, look it up. It's probably like on Twitter or
We need to
something.
patent it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, now I'm just a chai tea latte and chai tea guy, which is
Okay.
also white girl. I'm just
Yeah.
3 for 3. That's just my thing.
I'm into tea now, just regular tea, because coffee makes me sick. I have a bad tum.
I mean,
Also, a mom thing, bad tum.
bad tum.
We can talk about bad tums some other time.
I have a roommate that does ashwagandha tea now,
Oh yeah.
which is crazy because my other roommate, we used to yell at him because he would almost overdose on ashwagandha. Not overdose. It's a bad way of putting it. But
Yeah.
like he would take like 8 times the daily amount, like amount, and be like, "No, dude, it's super good for you." And then he just like act like a douche for like the whole day whenever
Yeah,
he'd
yeah.
take like 8 million milligrams of ashwagandha. So it'd be like he had to have no feelings towards anything and just completely disassociate. So we had to like steal all his ashwagandha. And now my other roommate, who saw the effects of the terrible drug,
He's on
drinks
it.
tea.
Oh jeez. What are you looking at?
Is it a thing? Panera for logo?
There's some jokes about it, but I don't think anybody's tried it.
Okay. Well, somebody is bound to have tried it
Yeah.
for sure. If there is a sweet beverage of any sort at a fast food or fast casual restaurant, somebody has put booze in it. But I wonder if they still sell it though. You can still buy
Yeah.
the caffeinated lemonade. Is that a possibility?
Yeah. Here's a post on r/Panera. It says, I used to drink 3 large jars of lemonade in a sitting.
Yeah.
This guy would have 2 and then fill it up for the way home.
And they're alive. because they're built.
Well,
like
it was
Yeah.
posted 3 months ago. Let me check his profile. Hang on.
Careful checking his profile.
Yeah.
What kind of embarrassing things has he posted on before?
r/Trader Joe's.
This
Well,
guy's
this
just
guy-
a cool guy.
yeah, he's
yeah,
on
cool guy.
corporate Reddits all the time.
This is like super vanilla. I'm super.
yeah. Oh, that's a
disappointed
bummer.
here.
I was
Yeah,
really
yeah.
hoping he had like some sort of screwed up hobby.
No, I don't think so. Unlike Ken Bone.
I'm like
Ken
Ken
Bone.
Bone.
Who we talked about
we've
recently.
talked about
Rest in
that
peace.
on the show.
Yeah. All right.
Rip
Ken
Ken Bone. He
Bone.
would have loved Grimes.
Grimes.
All right. Yeah. So what's next? What else are the moms talking about?
Okay, so I switched over to parenting101.livejournal.com.
Okay. Sounds
Alright.
good.
The question here is mom's group discussion topics, and this is more general. What we have you guys pick. Dealer's choice: couponing and beginning gardening.
Okay, I would just like to say this to start. I'm outclassed right now because this is a parenting group along with being a mom group, and there's a parent here that I'm talking with.
Yeah.
So but
Just
gardening 100%.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
okay,
Um,
gardening. Okay.
What are you, a coupon guy? I mean, I
No,
think that's just
I feel like couponing is sort of ended as a fad.
yeah, it's just
so.
a little too much. I mean, like the TLC
I think there's
stinking
somebody's making
TV
like
show already
a
came out.
making
so-
like a The Big Short kind of style, or Jim and Marge Go Large or whatever
about
couponing. I'm pretty sure.
right?
I think it has like some.
Oh yeah, it has that. It
yes.
has that girl from The Good Place in it.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yes.
Kristen Bell. It's
Yeah.
Queen Pins came out in 2021, and it's about the.
Oh, it
what's the
came
ra-
back in
what's the-
2021.
Yeah.
I
What's
thought
the
I saw
rating
a
on
trailer
that thing?
for it.
What's that rating on that?
It's on IMDb. It's a 6.4 out of 10.
Okay.
Ooh.
Above average.
It's about a pair of housewives who create a $40 million coupon scam. We should watch this. This would be
Do a
fun.
review.
Yeah, do a watch party.
Yes.
Monomaniacs watch parties
With
in the Patreon.
All moms invited to the Monomaniacs.
Monomaniacs watch party.
on
Moms only. If you're enjoying the show, check out. Make sure to like and subscribe. Check us out. Hit us with the YouTube subscription. We got to thank the Patreon supporters, of which there's only one mom in the top of them. So
Shout out.
it's Zach and Amber Straley, Sammy Roberts, Joe Papalardo, top supporters. And if you guys want more content, we have a very special Patreon lined up where there will be even more mom-related things for us to talk about, mostly the Grammys. And we have our t-shirts on the way. So if you are in the Patreon, have been giving us $5 or more for the last couple of months or longer, Dylan will have sent you a message for your mailing address and your shirt size. Silas saw the shirts for the first time.
Amazing.
He loves them. They're great. We're going to probably reveal the art sometime here in the next couple of weeks. We just got to do a final signature on some paperwork with a very talented artist, and get that all sent out to you guys. So make sure you guys do that. Sign up for the Patreon because some more stuff like that, giveaways, a watch party of Queen Pins,
Queen Fizz.
stuff might be
Who
coming down the pipe.
knows?
Who the hell knows? All right, gardening. What do we got?
Did we just
It's-
yap
it's ju-
about
it's just
like,
gardening,
just be
yeah.
like,
Oh,
talk
talk about gardening.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Well, have you ever successfully kept a plant alive in your life, or tried even?
No.
So what do you have to offer here?
Well, I would
You were
say
so
this. No,
excited.
I would say this. I take after our father to the extent that
You're
am-
green in principle.
Yeah, where it's like, could I keep a cactus alive for a summer? No, I couldn't. But
I'm just
I thought you were
yawning.
gonna-
I'm yawning because that was
Sneeze.
just so boring.
Okay, whatever.
No.
But I will have my yard 100% kept, and it will look perfect, and it will all have what's it called? Bark everywhere
Okay.
in all the beds. There won't be a weed in sight.
You mean mulch?
I mean, mulch.
gotcha.
Thank you.
Which
Um,
can be made out of bark.
It can
To
be
be
made out of
fair.
bark. It's a bark-esque substance.
What are some other bark-esque substances? Candy cane bark.
whatever that stuff is on playgrounds? Is that just bark?
I think that's pretty sure that's just bark. Although other playgrounds around here use tire mulch, where they cut
I
up
kinda mess with
tires.
it. I like that.
I don't know. I always look at it. It kind of looks like whenever you get ketchup on the wrong side of your plate, like it's in your mashed potatoes, and
And
you're
you're
like, "This is
like,
gross."
it's
We're
a
like
little
when you see
different.
sticks in with the tire mulch, and you're like, something's not right here.
Yeah.
This is natural and unnatural together at last. I feel
Yeah.
very uncomfortable.
Okay.
That's my opinion on the on the
anyway,
matter.
I will have the best yard in my entire neighborhood, and it will always look spick and span. That's just my 2 cents.
Okay, well,
Gardening.
just just wait, and we'll see if that's true.
Just how it
takes a
works.
lot more work than you might think.
Just how it works.
Okay, on the topic of wellness and self-care,
Oh,
what are
okay.
you doing right now to take care of yourself?
What are you doing right now?
I wake up earlier than I've ever woken up, so that's something.
Nice.
I'm like a 6. I'm not 6. No, well, we're not that well. 7:15.
You woke up earlier than that when you went to high school. We had to wake up at like 5.
Yeah, which is
It's insane that they make kids do that.
I've always been like an early riser. I think there is something like, even when I was in high school, it's like, dude, what is up with all these college kids like making a fuss about a 9 a.m. class? I'm
Yeah.
here at 7:15 every day, But it's there is
different.
something about being in college, and
Yeah.
you don't really get to go to bed until later hours and everything. So
Are you taking photos of your watch every time you wake up?
yeah, I wake up. Actually,
rise and
I set
grind?
I set my alarm for like 3:50,
Yeah.
and I wake up, take a photo of the watch, set it for 7:15, and that's when I actually get up,
Yeah.
and then I take a shower and eat breakfast earlier, that I could get some homework done.
Yeah.
So that's my self-improvement journey right
Yes. Yes. I love the idea of just taking your a photo of your watch at 10:45.
now.
Unemployment grind.
Grind.
grind. Wake up. Grind.
What about you, Shad? How are you improving?
How am I improving myself? My mom. Maniacs. Mom-omaniacs. Grimes. Mom convinced me, because I've been having tummy trouble for a while, that I should purchase this, marketed primarily to people who subscribe to go into the Paltrow's Goop service, like cleanser pills
Oh, I have a whole rant on this
for
big guy.
$100.
Ow.
And so, because she was being very pushy about it, and I love my mom,
Mhm.
Maniacs, Grimes,
Grimes.
I purchased them, and I've been on them. I haven't noticed much of a difference, but I do feel like my wallet's a little lighter
Yep.
ever since doing that.
So here's my take on a lot of this. So I went on a fishing trip over the summer,
Yeah.
and I went up to Alaska, and we caught salmon, and it was great. And there's one part where we caught a salmon, and on the back of the boat, sliced her open and had sushi on the back of the boat, fresh out of the water in Canada. And it wasn't Alaska, it was Canada. And it was great. And then we got back home, and we had the fish, and it had been properly refrigerated the whole time. And at one point, my sister was over with my dad and I was making some salmon, and we had a little bit left over, and we decided to cut it up before it was cooked and pop it in our mouths, and just good sushi, really good sushi, best I've
Yeah.
ever had, actually. Proceeded to have my sister and my dad get a little tummy ache within the next week, and then my mom proceeded to say everybody has a parasite.
Yeah.
Because right before they ate it, they literally were like, I don't know about this. And I was like, no, you're going to be fine. And they're
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I think I'm going to get sick. I am of the mindset. I have purposely not said this out loud for the past 8 months, because I know exactly what's going to happen right after I say it out loud. I'm of the mindset that if you simply are like, I am not going to get sick, come on now.
Yeah.
Everyone in Hillsdale for the past month has been sick and hasn't been able to do anything. Guess what? I'm telling myself no. And guess what? It's not happening. Oh, my dad and my sister, my mom made them go on a parasite cleanse because they had a little bit of salmon before it was cooked. Me, I said no. And my stomach felt great.
Well, do you want to hear the thing about salmon sushi?
What? What is it, Chad?
Well, so in Japan, they didn't eat it. Salmon sashimi was not a thing. Josh, you need to turn your mic off. Oh, it's muted. Okay. Salmon sashimi was not a thing. It was invented by the Swedes.
Oh, is this a whole thing where Finland's fake?
No.
Okay.
It was invented by the
Do you know about
Swedes.
that?
I think it was the Swedes. It might have been the Danes. Norway? It was Norway. the Norwegians invented salmon sushi.
Big Slavic guy over
Yeah.
here.
No, that's not Slav.
Oh my goodness,
Scandinavia.
we're rough. We're rough right now. Okay, keep going.
A big geography guy over here.
We can cut all that.
It was a years-long campaign in Japan
Mm.
to convince them to eat salmon sushi.
Okay.
The reason?
Yep.
Because salmon in the Pacific have parasites.
Well, fun fact:
You just
I didn't get sick.
yeah. Fun fact: I didn't let myself.
I
get
didn't let
sick.
myself like.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Okay, Josh, you'll love this. Big Packers guy over there. Big Jordan Love guy over there.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles. It was like I told myself I was gonna get better.
Yeah.
And I am better than any scientist ever said I would be. And it's just a fact. It's just like, no. It's like, here's the thing. Like, my dad used to do this thing. I am yet to beat my dad in almost any physical thing ever. So, like, I've beat him once in ping pong.
Yeah.
I have my entire life playing, like, basketball until, like, 8th grade. I've never beat him in a basketball game to any score of any kind, any shooting contest. And I wasn't bad. I wasn't like a bad kid at basketball either. He told me one day, he's like, Silas, do you realize, because I was up like 19-10 and I lost 21-19, right? And he's like, do you realize what happened out there? I was like, no, what happened? He said, I told myself I wasn't going to lose. And then I didn't. And I was like, dude, and I thought it was a bunch of BS at the time. I'm here to say, just like be like, no. And that's all you need in life. You know?
I'm assuming you haven't seen the viral TikTok about how not to get sick.
You
You haven't seen this?
no.
Okay, I'm gonna play it here.
Okay, dude. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Sick. You want to know how people get sick? They wake up in the morning and they get this thing. What is the first thing with that symptom that they say? I think I'm getting sick.
Dude,
That's an instruction.
you're
Guess what you're
spitting.
going to do? You're going to lean into that, and then the symptom is going to exaggerate into sickness. And then later you're going to say, I am sick. And so I'll ask one person, how long do you usually get sick? 2 days. Why is it 2 days? Because that's their programming. That's what they start to think. I'm done being sick. That's an instruction. The body says, oh, let's not get sick. Let's get better. A couple hours later, symptoms go down. I think I'm getting better. And 2 hours later, I'm better. So we go through this process.
I love this guy.
We
Okay.
realize what powerful creators we are. We are literally making ourselves sick all because our throat gave us the tiniest symptom and we leaned hard into it. I don't get sick.
Okay, literally 3 days ago, I woke up and I was like, my throat completely, like almost completely shut. It was like, oh man, everyone's getting sick around here. And I was like, you know what? Hell no.
I'm not sick.
We're not doing this. Also, here's the thing. I love that I'm like of this age that I can do this. It's like I have taken organic chemistry and biochemistry. That, like, appeal to authority. Trust me.
Well, so the thing is, I think that in some ways that this can happen in different modes. Like, I have prevented myself from getting a common cold for like I get symptoms, but I've never fully fallen into I can't do anything. I have such a bad cold for like years. And part of it is me being like, I'm not going to get sick. And then I take a bunch of vitamins and then, I'm cool. The problem is that all of my like chronic ills have gotten worse.
Yeah. So like
I
the whole
don't know.
like me not being able to have gluten stuff, that's that's a hard one to balance. Sometimes I'd be like, we'll see, you know, and just do something with gluten in it. And then who knows if there's a symptom.
Do something with the gluten in it.
Yeah, do something with gluten in it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I still stand by it though. I think it's the right way.
The thing is, and I doubt Dylan's listening to this show, but I think that he would, right now with his fever.
Yeah.
Honestly, actually, things sort of followed that exact structure.
Exactly.
Because we got a hit from Dylan, him being like, I really want to be on the show. I have something I really want to show the people.
Yeah, he was excited about it.
He has a thing that he really wants to show you guys.
This was at like noon today.
And then like an hour and a half later, he said, hey, I'm coughing like every 30 seconds. I don't know if I can come on the show.
Okay, here's
And then I said,
evidence.
and then I hit him with, if you're sick, you're sick. Which might have been it.
Yeah.
Why would you say something?
You did it.
Like
I
that?
think I did that to him. And then, he said, oh, yeah, you're right. And then Josh was like, I don't want to get sick. I can't get sick. I have stuff I have to do next week.
Yeah.
Right? But all Josh has to do is say, I literally can't get sick.
I can't get sick.
Hell, Dylan could have been here. You would have been fine. All you got to do is say, I literally
I'm
can't
not,
get
I'm
sick.
not
I'm physically
able.
incapable
I'm
of
physically
it.
incapable.
Right.
Like, here's the other thing.
Well-
You know when you were a kid and you're like, I do not want to go to school.
Yeah.
And then you like laid in bed and then you faked being sick and then you didn't have to go to school. And then at about noon or 1, you're like, I'm very lethargic and I'm laying in bed. And it's like, oh, I kind of don't feel good actually. And it's like, maybe it's because you convince yourself. Also, you might have just drank a ton of soda all day and laid in bed all day. So that's how you feel
Yeah.
lethargic.
Your mom must have been like, you need some 7-Up.
Let's get some ginger ale in you. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. I was capping about this whole thing. I'll have some soda.
I don't know, man. I my favorite thing was when it was like 2 or 3 o'clock and you were like, I am wide awake and wired. And I want to do something fun, but I got to sit here and stare at a wall
Yeah.
because I'm supposed to be sick.
No,
Man.
I was in the perfect age where it's like we just got like an iPad or like I had like a Kindle or something, and then like I'd be able to convince my mom, I was like, because I'm sick, you should put on Avatar: The Last Airbender for me for the entire day. So then I'd just do that.
But then you would cry.
Yeah, then I'd cry because I'm like, man, Zuko, your stinking character arc is so good.
All right. So I think this is actually really important to our primary audience of moms.
Yeah.
I think the Mom-omaniac Nation, Grimes. I think Mom-omaniacs Nation really appreciates this because now you have something that you can tell your children, you know, when they're starting to sniffle, you know, and rather than trying like all the sort of alternative medicine stuff you've been reading about on the internet, which is like 90% of what moms do, you can think about the ultimate alternative medicine, which is mindset medicine.
Exactly.
And say, hey, Chris, or whatever your kid's name is, Braxton. You say, Braxton, just tell yourself you're not sick, and they'll be like, I'm not. I cannot be sick. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he'll be
that's
fine.
Like
Yeah.
medicine tips from Silas. There's a, it kind of goes along with another thing that I like. My girlfriend does not like this in my mentality with this, but this is my whole thing. Another thing is just like, put your head down. That's my other thing, where it's no matter what is wrong, just put your head down and get through it.
Well,
big
so
guy.
here's the thing: is that this is a problem with my wife too, because I do
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
But it'll always be in the worst circumstances. It's always like I'm always like, I'm double down. I'm gonna double down on suffering.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's like, no, I got.
No, I'm
come
fine.
on.
I'm fine. It's this is the hand I was dealt.
Yeah, and I gotta put my head down and get through it. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I got a sore throat. Put your head down, big guy. That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing.
If I had to speak to any of the, on behalf of any of the significant others or wives or moms that we know, this perspective is probably, from their point of view, would be summed up in what's called an Enneagram. And that's not a conversation. I mean, you guys can decide if you want to get into that conversation. That is a mom thing.
Yes,
The Enneagram
is
that's
a
a big mom thing.
Yeah, it's a Christian horoscopes. The Enneagram.
Yep.
Yeah.
Throw back to our mom every other week being like, I read an article. This is literally gonna blow up the entirety of the
The health establishment.
the health establishment.
What's your sign, dude?
Virgo.
Virgo?
What am I giving that out for? Giving out my government on the
Yeah.
on Mom-omaniacs?
Okay, what's your social security number? What's your girlfriend's? Or have you guys checked if you're compatible?
No.
Because I don't believe any of this stuff, but one time
I wouldn't doubt she has, but like been like that would be I would be super embarrassed to tell Silas that. I've done
yeah,
that.
I
Which you know what? I like that I'm that kind of guy.
Yeah.
I
I
like that that's the thing.
I was hanging out with my now wife when we were dating and we were like sitting on the couch and just I was like, yeah, have you like thought about that at all? You know, and like, what are you? And I was like, oh, Taurus. And he's like, oh, I'm a Pisces. And we were talking about it for a second. And it's like, no, are we supposed to be compatible? And we're like, oh, that's dumb as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And then both of us like said, good night. She went home. I went to my bed. And like at the same time, totally independent of each other, just pulled out our phones and started looking at it. It was like the second we separated from each other. And then like 4 days later, I was like, so I looked up. He's like, me too. We were compatible.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at that. Strikes again.
Which is probably why we got married.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
That's probably why.
Okay, so I have some Patreon comments and
yes.
questions. The first one is from Dylan Strahle.
All right. This
Have you been
bastard.
asking about mom-related questions?
Just questions broadly, yeah.
Okay.
He says, if you had to choose between saving Dylan from falling into a pit of poisonous snakes in which he would most likely die a horrifically painful death, or having no more dietary restrictions, which one would you choose? Be honest.
No dietary restrictions.
No, I'm
yeah.
completely
No more
chilling.
dietary
I'm completely
restrictions.
chilling with the dietary restrictions at this
Yeah,
point.
okay.
I mean, mine was like I was young enough. I was in 3rd grade, so it's like I got through it. I'm past that.
Which makes me think that I'm not like, don't have, because sometimes I worry I have your ish, but like nobody, every time my blood work comes back, they're like, you're healthy as a horse. So
Yeah,
I don't think so.
You don't have leukemia.
Dylan is a father, so I would not do that. I guess I would just remain with the dietary restrictions, but not for any sort of loyalty to him personally,
Sure.
but a loyalty to his family unit, I think.
Okay.
That's nice. Joe Pappalardo says, arm wrestle.
This is going to be bad.
I don't know how we can do that.
Yeah, there's not really a flat spot. Josh, you want to lay on the ground and hold a book up for us?
Do it over there. Do it over there.
Wait, we're going to get up?
Yeah.
The wires, I don't think are going to work for this. We need like somebody needs to be talking into the microphone here.
I haven't been to the gym as
Alrighty,
often.
I'm going to operate the camera.
This was
and
2 years
talk
ago.
at the
It would
same
be
time.
it would be an absolute slaughter fest.
But I'm also like, it's very dark. It's very dark. Okay, here we go. So for the benefit of the people on the,
Let me lower the mic.
How do I even do this?
There we go.
I'm sitting on the ground. I'm not in a position of strength. I'm just saying that now.
Yep. Okay. And
No.
that is the wobbliest table of all time.
Oh gosh, I got hit with some static electricity. These wires are freaking out.
Those of you on the audio episode are missing out right now. Yep. Move the cups. Okay. All right.
YouTube,
Josh,
subscribe.
you gotta count it down.
Okay. Here we go. And
Whoa. Come on now.
jeez. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, come on, Shad. Oh, Silas pins immediately.
Light.
All right. I thought that maybe carrying
I
my
played
kid
sports in
around-
high school.
I thought that maybe carrying my kid around as much as I have been with increasing my forearm strength, but. All right. Well, I hope that was entertaining for you guys.
Join the Patreon.
Join the Patreon. Joe has another question though.
He says, hang on, I gotta.
He says anime hot takes?
Yeah,
question
hot
mark.
takes. Vinland Saga is the GOAT. It's better than Attack on Titan. Okay.
cool.
Is that a hot take?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's the GOAT. Saying that it's the GOAT is a hot take.
Okay. It's only
Better
2
than One
seasons
Piece. I've
in.
never seen One Piece.
I think my anime hot take is that the best way to watch anime is like trying to watch one series over the course of like 2 years.
Yeah, you're
And
pissing
not-
me off because
yeah.
I'm trying to talk to you about it. You're like,
Yeah.
actually, it's been like 4 months since I've seen an episode because my kid doesn't wake up the same time now. Dude,
Yes.
get a life and ditch your kid and watch anime.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's the opinion on it. But moms don't care about that. That arm wrestle though, that was
You
for
know.
the moms.
Hey, man.
You guys are welcome.
You know where
Yeah.
I'm at, Mom. So I just want an arm wrestle.
Oh man. What time are we at actually?
We were at 51. We got time for a couple more.
We got
if you guys
a
want.
couple more conversational topics.
Okay. All right. So this one is under the topic entertainment and pop culture conversation starters.
Okay,
Who was
okay.
your first celebrity crush?
Ooh.
First celebrity crush. Does Kim Possible count?
Sure.
pretty
Sure.
good.
Let's
That's
just say
pretty good.
Kim Possible.
I would say Selena Gomez. We were
Selena.
never allowed to watch Wizards of Waverly Place, so maybe it was like a bad girl thing in my little mind where I was like, you know what? Something, it's like I can't even watch that. That's cool.
If she's good enough for Justin Bieber, she's good enough for me.
Exactly. I have this actual this is super obscure. No one's gonna understand this. There's one episode of Zach and Cody, Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, where a French exchange student came over there, and I don't know, she had like a beret or something. And I was like,
Whoa.
yeah. I was like,
Wolf noises,
I was like
awooga,
7,
awooga.
and I was like, whoa, beret, little
Yeah.
French accent. So yeah,
It is
look at
really
that.
weird when you're like a kid and you don't really comprehend, any sort of attraction and any real capacity, and you're
Yeah.
just like, I don't know why, but I just
Something
Wow.
about that beret.
I feel different right now.
What's the classic one from like Scooby Doo where it's the
the hex?
the Hex Girls?
Yeah.
It's just goth baddies.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, people love saying that they were in love with the goth baddies in TV. I think that's people retroactively
Yeah,
claiming
it's
that.
like now we're putting that.
Yeah,
out
we're
there.
putting that out there.
I was thinking about this. Okay, I have a question.
Yeah,
It's a bit, and maybe it's not a bit. It depends on the man to be like, yeah, goth baddies. What is from a group of 3 different boys?
Yeah.
What is the female?
2 of which are married.
Yes. What is the female equivalent of a goth baddie?
Of a goth baddie? Oh, a himbo of any sort.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
You don't think so?
Hmm.
Strong, dumb guys?
Maybe.
I don't know. I feel like women,
I think it has to be more
which I
like,
could speak for pretty easily.
I think it has to be more like restricted. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because
yeah.
a goth baddie is
A
like
little more
something where
niche.
it's like you
No, you know what it
this
is?
is bad. You know,
It's someone who will kidnap you. And I'm saying,
like
Oh.
you're correct.
100%.
You're
Yeah.
100%
Yeah.
correct.
100%. Look, okay, so my wife last night
Or
was
like a
just-
war criminal. You know,
yes,
like
yes,
that
yes,
type of thing.
100%. No, both of those. Okay,
Yeah.
so my wife last night was describing something to me. She said, there's this woman who wrote this fan fiction that I read once that I really liked. And she got a book deal, and she's writing a book deal, and it's basically the same plot. And I was like, okay, well, what's the plot? It's like, well, it's like Harry Potter, except for the evil guys win, and then Hermione gets like brainwashed and like has to get Handmaid's Tale to Draco Malfoy, blah blah. And I was like, what the heck? What the hell?
And then they're all gonna be like, dude, Draco's so hot.
I know, and I literally, and it was like, yeah, but the thing is that she's brainwashed, but they were in love before she was brainwashed,
Exactly.
and then they have to have sex.
Yep.
But for him, it's like bad because it's like non-consensual, but he's in love with her, and she's in love with him, but she doesn't have her memory, and blah blah blah. I was like, ah! I was like, oh,
No,
you just love
I
this
agree.
shit.
I
You
agree.
love this.
I agree. Because the other thing, like, the other classic thing is like just like men who are objectively like terrible men, where it's like
Yeah.
even
Serial
like,
killers, etc.
serial killers,
Jeffrey
all
Dahmer.
that- Jeffrey
Yeah, yeah.
Dahmer, that's classic. The one that is probably the most pop culturally relevant one is like Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
Right? This man.
Wait, are people thirsting after Anakin Skywalker?
Yes.
Oh,
I know
really?
so many people. They're like, oh
Recently?
man. Yes. Where it's
Wow.
like, man, if only Anakin Skywalker. It's like, this man murdered a ton of children,
Yeah.
Yeah.
murdered like entire colonies, and then proceeded to, wait for it, kill his wife. So it's like,
Look.
What
here's
are
the
we
thing.
talking about?
Look, here's the thing. If he had touched a dog
oh,
off the table,
get that guy out.
Yeah,
Get that guy
he's
out.
killed multiple children. Whatever.
I don't know. But he force choked and then proceeded, that caused her to die.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're like, man, something about him. It's the whole.
It's those eyes, though,
Yeah.
Ruth
Those
is
yellow Sith
like,
eyes.
Yeah, my girlfriend has explained this to me once, where this is absurd, but it's like killing the world for one person versus killing a person for the world,
Yeah.
right? So it's like Anakin Skywalker, right? Where it's like, oh, my wife is probably gonna die. I need to literally murder so many children
Yeah.
in order for her not to die. And there's something about it.
Yeah. It's funny that you said the war criminal thing because, like, as she continued to describe the plot, like,
Yeah.
there was a war and
There's
they're all
war.
war criminals.
Yeah, they're all war criminals.
And it's like, but they're so like in love.
But they're so in love. And
Yeah.
it's like, and they're soulmates.
Yeah.
That's always the one where it's like, but they're soulmates and that's why it's okay. And you're like,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh, yesterday, like, I tried to explain this to her, and she really was not
no,
happy.
they don't have it.
Yeah.
I've given up attempting to even. It's just
Yeah.
like that's.
I'm not trying to explain
You
her
have that.
feelings to her. I'm just trying to explain how screwed up it is that
Mom-omaniacs.
because Mom-omaniacs, Grimes.
Grimes.
I just try to explain to her. I'm like, I don't get, because she likes to do this thing, and I give her the benefit of the doubt where she's like, I like reading this stuff anthropologically. It's more about like the experience of
Yeah.
it. It's not like I'm
It's not about the
getting
smut
anything
part.
from
It's
it.
not about
Yeah.
the smut.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the thing is that that women are ultimately finding enjoyable about it is
This absolute douchebag.
yeah, exactly. It's like, oh man, it would be so much better if Hermione got treated improperly.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, this is so much better. And you're like, I don't know. I just don't.
I don't know.
I don't get it. She was like, yeah, it's sort of like, it's like Harry Potter meets The Handmaid's Tale. And I'm like,
What?
I was like, what? Did you just develop the worst possible form of catnip? This is like This is Schedule 1 girl drugs.
Do you ever? Okay, how about this, Shad? How about this? Have you
Yeah.
ever had the thought where you're like, but I'm like a nice guy.
I have.
Yeah.
I literally
yeah.
have.
It's like,
Yeah.
I'm like a nice, caring dude.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
like,
no.
man, I try to treat you really well.
Exactly.
And apparently, what I really should be doing is brainwashing you.
you, man. Commit war crimes, Shad. Commit war
I
crimes.
need to commit war crimes,
Come
apparently,
on.
to live up to modern day women's expectations. So, I don't know. It's funny though because she tells me a lot about these like books and stuff that she reads, and it's like, yeah, I was reading this really bad one recently, which like when she says it's really bad, it's like it's really bad. But she's like about like a school for like people who like ride dragons or whatever, and the whole gimmick is that everybody's like bi and like war criminals,
Yeah.
you know, it's bi war criminals.
By war criminals.
And you're like-
and they're all sleeping with each other.
Yeah, exactly. That's what she said. They're all sleeping with each other because they're so nihilist and they're all gonna die any day now that they're just like sleeping with each other and like killing people
And
and
riding
being bi,
dragons.
you know, riding dragons.
It's like- Wait a sec. Actually,
I'm not gonna yuck.
I have no.
I'm trying.
I
I
have a
desperately am trying not to yuck somebody else's yum.
Is
Although I
this-
think that's BS.
Is that
what?
is that not Game of Thrones?
I mean, I
Is that wait? But like, I've never seen Game of Thrones personally. All I know.
no. There's like only like 2 dragons in Game of Thrones.
Okay, but
Yeah.
still, I heard dragons. I heard a lot
Ni-
of sex scenes, and I heard nihilism.
yeah,
And they're all having sex because they're all gonna die. And it's
Yeah.
just like
yeah.
maybe
yeah.
it's Game of Thrones.
Maybe it's all just Game of Thrones. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not saying that my enjoyment, the
Women,
things
man.
I'm not saying that the things I like are like objectively better or anything, but what?
Do they eat hot chip in that book?
No, they're bi, eat hot chip, ride
Eat
dragons. Just lie. They lie. Eat hot chip.
Eat hot chip, ride
All dragon riders born after the year 1352. All they know is eat hot chip, ride dragons. Oh
my
man, be
goodness.
bisexual. Yeah, Mom-omaniacs.
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 But like the thing with
Grimes.
the moms ones is it's not like the fantasy ones. I'm pretty sure moms are still stuck on like the pirates. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Where it's like
no.
you see the pirate on the front cover and it's like, yeah, we know what this book's about.
No. That's you got to keep in mind. That's a very specific age
Kinda mom.
demographic.
You're right.
That's
You're
like
right.
that's like the 70s or 80s. You
Yeah.
know, like the new sleeker edition of Mom. They're into new things.
They're into dragon smut.
Yeah. So I think we had a really productive conversation today. I think that
I
we
agree.
really we crossed a lot of bridges when it came to reaching out to mothers.
Moms.
Who we have I hope that you didn't get any impression we have nothing but respect for the mom
Yep.
as a discipline and as a vocation and all those things. But once again, if you like what you heard today somehow, hit us with a subscribe, hit us with a like.
Check out Grimes.
Check out Grimes. Check out Grimes. Rip Grimes. She would have loved
Grimes.
Momo-maniacs. Grimes, a mom.
Grime is a mom of 2.
A mom of at least 2. She might be a mom of more. I don't know. Off the top of my head.
2 with Elon.
I think. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's tough to know what that guy's been up to.
Or what that girl's up to, man.
Exactly. I'm sure that she has replaced her kidneys with pistons or something.
She's also in a cult, but it doesn't matter.
What kind?
I don't know. There's just this classic clip of her of like Nardwar being like, "Who's Duffy?" And she's like, Duffy is my muse, and he is the leader of the cult that I'm in." so I don't know. That's a little bit too.
Grimes. Mama.
Baby ass.